Right. Let's see it. I need to kind of reset my mindset that new map, new start. Let's get back into it. And 19, I guess, needs to do the same. Okay. Put a line in my notepad. That'll help me. Here we go.
Under the 3 bullet points you had for Icebox.
Yes, actually. Don't know why you've attacked me in such an impertinent manner, but you have. Veeroth going walkabouts and he's going to find all the information he needs. It's more than enough. Doesn't need to outstay his welcome. Falls back to at least an angle you can retreat away from. Spots him again. Okay, that was at least 2, maybe more. That shock dart, did it get more than 1? Okay, no, it was mostly soaked by Jet.
Yeah. Actually, Cadaver already here, though. Again, based on that early information, but Hype actually hops back inside his cow. I'm not sure. That now don't tag through it, but Juicy just happy to come back on.
That's a little brave. That was quite isolated. That was just Juicy going in.
Lucka?
Lucka. You're not allowed to do that, dude. That's not okay.
Spike planted.
And a 2v4, but look at the HP of 19 esports. It's not a lot, and that was one of the players. Now,
Lucka,
oh no, Lucka's actually found the biggest HP player. The rest are left in tatters. They're walking wounded. Lucka, how did you just get them?
What on earth was that from Lucka? He was hitting on Icebox. He was hitting on Icebox, but that was something else from him. What an insane pistol round.
It was like saying guess a replay. I'm kidding. She's like, I need to do what? But I want to look at like the fact that Lucka. So the first 2 fights he had were the higher HP players, right? He had the Omen who's kind of playing towards hell by the boxes in the corner. Finds him nasty, and that's ignoring that first shot that was just filth, right? That little snap. Just go back in on the Omen pickup. Lovely. Spins up towards KJ, right? And then Killjoy's just kind of, you know, playing the HP that she's got. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's a good idea. But just gets absolutely outdone. Lucka's had a round. 4-0. We're back underway. And if 19 were like, oh, we've got a post plant for alive. Nice. Well, feeling it. Now you're suddenly back in the bin.
I was going to say it. It's almost like Alliance were kind of no respect. They were just charging back in with Yusu and Cadaver. Actually, Copyfresh going to close the distance very quickly. Fearoth will fall and
really
double down as well.
Lovely space just being grabbed away. Poppy Fresh just bulldozer through. And the retake's a million miles away.
Spike planted.
So, John Burt having a look around. But I guess with Spike Plant, you know, decent damage done, they could afford a round like this, so not surprising.
Cage triggered.
Now, let's see if there's any more damage out of it. No, Jumba's denied it. Now, Cadaver, the last one alive in a 1v5 post-plant. Not going to get much, but damaging the economy would be nice. But this is the round that is going to get them going. It's off the back of Poppy Fresh with a fantastic burst up short.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, that pistol round, it felt like they just weren't respecting the entry that 19 were able to get on site. Jusu immediately dashing down behind Dice. Cadaver coming on full body swing in heaven. At that point, I mean, it was a 3v5 for Alliance. And again, similarly in that round, I mean, maybe not anticipating the force up from 19 once again. This time around, obviously, the plant and 3 kills. Obviously, on the previous map, we saw them throw it back in after the pistol, but Poppy Fresh in a position to punish them.
Now, that's going to be a huge confidence boost to Poppy Fresh as well. Is not only getting those couple of kills, but then converting it to the round win. That's massive. That could get him online, and they need him. It's one of the players that can definitely be a game changer, so see if they can keep this now going. The buy coming back in from Alliance is abysmal. It's odds and ends, bits and pieces. This should be 5 alive. This should be 5 alive for 19. Not going to see it any other way. It's a bit of a stack towards A, I guess you could argue, with that Sova especially leaning that way, and a default from 19, which I think is probably the right call here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess anticipating a push elsewhere. Poppy Fresh now going to follow up the Owl drone. Lucka locked in behind Dice, and Cadaver actually going to take away the Owl drone so that it doesn't figure that out. Now, Arrow, though, is going to be a problem. Yep, you see, he has to deal with that, has to smoke himself off now. The crossover and reposition.
They've seen so much presence on short now. They've seen the Astra on the A site. Yeah, I think both
30
teams realized
seconds
that
left.
the right move is to actually back away from it, and Jusu tried to make a mad dash. Doesn't get away with it, caught in the heels by Don, and now they can reaggress. They dismantled the stack, which is great. Vexus just makes a bit of noise. He might make those two commit there if he knew that they were around, but look, it's still lingering. Oh, he can't get it. He found him to maybe take one down, nab a gun, you could have seen something. But a lovely re-engage there from 19,
Last player
stepping away
standing.
after getting the information, pulling the rotation and the stack apart, and re-engaging towards it. Really well played.
He's here and actually on the brink of keeping 5 alive here. Bladestorm already online for Poppy Fresh, so could argue an extra weapon available, even though he loses his, not going to matter too much, like I said. Good opportunity here for 19 to come back into this buy round here for Alliance and really contest it. Biggest concern being Jisu's got the operator. So with it being specters, it's going to be very, very difficult to find some early round territory, depending on how Jisu plays this, where he decides to swing from.
Let's see it, Jusu.
I mean,
What are you gonna
unless
do with
unless Poppy Fresh pops the Bladestorm off the rip, there's no real range danger for him here.
Get out of my
Well,
way.
I'm gonna say you can't just walk through middle with specters and hope for the best. I want to see what they try and do with this. Instant lean away from mid towards that B site, leaving Reyna to fill the gap. But actually, he's pulled rotations, and look at it.
Yeah, look at it,
This is a great fake piece. This is if they watch this VOD back and they didn't capitalize on this after making so many of these moves happen, they'll kick themselves. All the intention was there, but with no real hit behind it, I guess they've at least alleviated some of the more aggressive angles, the heavier stack. They've pulled this lean back towards A, and they can reaggress towards B if they fancy it. Good. I like this calling so far from 19 esports.
Yeah, now, I mean, as we talk about the rhythm of the round overall, Alliance have sent 3 over to A site now. Reading into the fact that that wall was potentially a fake. Jomba's still showing presence here, but it's only going to be one set of utility.
But it is with that Omen smoke that just came in towards short. So I like that they've still committed at least 2 pieces, and it's very hard for them to put it together. Poppy Fresh straight on in, head first for Halos already. And he's just be clearing out backside, but Jusu's still alive. And
Hype's played this perfectly.
In towards Boathouse. The timing could not have been better. The timing, though, does work both ways. Donkey has to deny that spike. He can't commit to this anymore, but now the timing's going to be a factor. Jusu's got his back still. He can still get away with this. They're pinned towards the site, and the alleviation, the pressure release of that Sova is still miles away and trying to slowly work through market. These two need to live on the site to allow that Sova to be of any value to them. So they have to buy the time. They have to live in this. Jomba slowly closing the gap. Now he's going all the way around towards CT. Good pick up there. Yuri finds Hype. Now he's going to have to depend on Don to find another. The shot's not perfect. And now they both go down. Jomba, what can you do with this? Like, oh, it's not really for you here. And Cadaver all too aware at that point. The window of opportunity closed in his face, and Alliance right back into it now.
And again, a similar sort of issue, right? It comes down to a 2-man hold on site, and the weapon's just proven too much of a problem for 19 to really respond back in. But a 2-2 scoreline, look at the economy. It's actually pretty tied up here. You look at 19's purchase coming into this. You've got a decent buffer.
Heading to the above. Right
See,
there.
it's hyped down on nothing, but everybody else sitting pretty comfortably above
Out there.
1500. Actually, old progression-wise, Alliance way ahead of this one now with a tied game. That's one of the things we look towards. This is kind of the first cycle of ultimates coming online. Now, Cadaver's got himself tucked into wide, so expect Yusu to take that presence from the Owl Drone, so it doesn't give away where the second player is located.
So they've got 3 players up mid, 1-1 on either side. And Jomba's found Cadaver. So
that was the
Wine
wine
removed.
player.
Yeah, so that's going to pull Astra away from middle, and you can see them now going, okay, they're going to have to account for that. They can't just leave it, or maybe they will, who knows. But with the deeper smokes, it leaves them guessing.
Blocking sight.
Fieroth's watching from stairs. That smoke's going to remove his vision. He's now having to kind of play the guesswork here. Propped up in middle is Yuri. This is quite punishing. If they go for this, let's go, say they go A, right? Yuri is such a nuisance in catching those rotations now. If, you know, maybe that Sova or that Cypher decides to lean that way, but they still have to get past those 2 players on the A site, and Jusu is one of them.
Dash, so he can play in this kind of one-and-done spot with the operator here, but gotta try and find a kill. See the paranoia lands there. Lucka will find a kill on the way in here. Now a 4v4. Lucka gonna throw up the Cosmic Divide and give themselves a little slice of A site to fight back into.
As It's removed the deeper angles, hasn't it? Short's now cut off. Main side denied. This replay back to short, though. We'll have to come through the doorway. Xers knows this. See, he heard at least 2 of the guns coming. Smoke goes in, keeps Xers safe. That's really smart. It follows them forward, and actually Yuri greets him with a smile. 3 huge kills picked up. And Don Q's there to be just adding the cherry on top of the cake. And I love that little just some of these little pieces just making it so much trickier to play back in. Kind of allowing that safety for Xers to live for a second longer. Just it buys a little bit of time that they can't now focus towards the site itself.
I actually really like the Cosmic Divide there as well, because it cuts off main, so they can come through and again, without the possibility, potentially, if nobody's playing main, of 19 having any knowledge of that. The fact that Xers actually resets back into A main with his turret is kind of the thing that slows that down. I mean, Alliance want to spread along that Cosmic Divide and take as many different angles as they can to come back into that retake. I actually like it. I mean, the only thing is Xers' position that kind of nullifies that ultimate altogether.
I didn't expect to commit to that, if I'm honest. I was, personally, I was quite caught off by him swinging on that. No trade available, and maybe just trying to do a bit of fact-finding, but really didn't find much of what he'd have wanted. At this point, keep in mind the money. Less than perfect, as Poppy Fresh looking to lead the way towards A. 2 posted up on site, 1 short.
They will cover.
Popped by Cadaver, and he still is, gunned up. He's still good to go. That's going to be Poppy Fresh found. Now the rest of the hit comes in. 4th player still waiting to come on through. Don, he's been noted. Cadaver's found him. Cadaver's having a game here, but he's getting cleared out from the back of sight. He has to move over. And only look at this. Luck has still got the angle. Cadaver's had a round there. That's a big bit of impact, considering they didn't have rifles galore. It was a little odds and ends. They had some bits and pieces, but they walk away with 4 rifles.
Yeah, that's, again, it doesn't look like it's dented too much, but that's a big momentum shifter. To win a round like that, where you're not on a full purchase, I mean, yeah, call it a force, but that's a big one in terms of expected outcomes. And trading round for round here. 3-3 the scoreline now. Already 19 looking a little more refined here on Ascent. Alliance not really able to garner the same control. As I say that, Alliance going to flip the script now. They're going to swing out. Actually going to capitalize on the recon bolt. You have to see the only one actually to hold on to it there. No teammate to bail him out. Has to try and reset after destroying the dart. Really, really well done.
I love that little combo. They're testing the waters, and Luck has been good at this, though.
I'll come to it after the round. It's an interesting point to be made. That's an interesting kill to find.
Just straight up full commit on
I
it.
think
Maybe the gun barrel showed.
That might be unfortunate because Jisoo's played that corner before, right? So maybe it's just been
several times.
It's been spammed out just as a precaution.
Well, I mean, because they were basically sitting towards that like open side of CT main, and they're like, well, no one's faced us, but they've got to be sat like somewhere, right? There's gonna be someone somewhere, whether it be like dice or whether it be the back of sight. Now, this is a little interesting. Yuri's been given so much space, and look how deep Alliance are playing. I feel like they're a little lost as to where the opponents may be. They were still sitting towards that B side. That Killjoy was still lingering around the B side, so they're struggling to read 19 at the moment.
To a 3v3, all of Alliance stacked up in heaven right now, but Hunter's Fury going to get invested. No tag initially, and Yuri punished Jisoo trying to capitalize. Maybe a few players trying to relocate to avoid this damage. Now, Aldrone going to come through. See the Nano Swarm planted already, but a 2v3, Alliance got to fight in.
They know where exactly every player is. They know where that Nano Swarm came from. There was a chance they could have done something. Nah, it's gone. Good information, but you still got to land the shots off the back, and well contained by 19 esports. And I guess the big benefit there is, one, you get that great start on finding who's at Lucka tucked in the corner, and you walk the site. It's all yours. And then you could see Alliance looking a little lost for an answer, and we said, look, you've got to really turn up with a different look here for 19. Considering how map 1 went, it was 13-0. They have definitely activated. The space between map 1 and map 2, this is great. This is a really nice adjustment. I'm liking this coming out. And the individuals have come out to play as well. So, thus far, tick in the box for 19 esports. We finally get to see the team that terrifies others in these kind of open qualifiers. These guys are a nuisance to deal with, a problem to come up against, and they can definitely take maps away. They can push out teams. We don't know if they can push, towards the very end of the event, but they get close. They are a danger to be around. Mel, you fancying a party? You can nod the camera. Go on, I dare you. You said you're observing? Oh no, don't say that about yourself. You've been great. Oh, bless her. She's really down on herself right now.
Yeah.
We get some love hearts for Mel in chat. That'd be really nice if you don't mind. She's feeling, she's in her feels. However, for Alliance, it does feel like I'm waiting to see the adjustments because clearly they're great on their map. We saw Icebox being nuts.
Yeah.
They haven't quite fallen back into that yet.
Well, the other one as well, and if we had a much, I guess, greater sample of map data to go through, you could talk about maybe 19 having a bit of a gap on Icebox and Alliance being very strong there, but Paranoia is thrown in immediately here, a very, very quick hit.
Look how many players are on the other side, though. Don is up on top of the box. There's a player literally to the other side of him at the moment. Alliance have a heavy lean on this side and haven't lost players just yet. A one-round trade-out is not bad because Jusu is still there to make the most of it. Dashes out to safety, buys a second. It's a hit and run. He's just grabbed that and ran off. And now they're down to, what, 3 to work with, but there's ults galore for 19 Esports. They still have KJs, and that's going to be invested right about now, so Alliance have that decision to make. Do we go for it? Do we back away? What do we do? We have to somewhat respect this. I'm seeing Fearoth trying to do something about it, potentially, but no, has to try and get out. Don't know if he can. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's going to slow things down once again. I mean, expect his teammates to still come in and clear a lot of these close angles, but clock ticking away. Lockdown invested before the spike was planted, so again, still very doable here after the reset.
Overall, that's the big thing in my mind. There it is, more time now being bought. One tag on it. Not that much. There's still time on this spike. If they clear out hell super quick, which they haven't done just yet, good moves from Poppy Fresh to try and buy the time.
Planted for him.
But now, no, it's not. You can body block this. Jomba, you gotta keep your cool here. You popped your ult a little early, and oh no, they've made an absolute mess of it. No way have they done this.
They had full site control. I don't understand this.
And they had 2 ults.
They had the lockdown.
And that's Fury.
That's a really, really strange decision to make, because I mean, especially if you're going to commit somebody coming back to play Hunter Fury, if you know that the plan's going to be somebody's going to be in main to play the post-plant ultimate.
Correct.
Plant in the open. Plant open next to Jen if you wanted to. There was no pressure on the plant going through there for 19 Esports, so a little bit of a slip up if you ask me, and it's cost them the round.
A little bit of a fumble. Make it pass just in time. This could be interesting. See if he still checks on this. He can post himself up here alone if he wants to. He can sit as the Bastion. Oh no, and a bit of an awkward miss there almost. Kind of the step out and step back got him caught off. The mid players come in the meantime though, and they're kind of pinned in here. It looks like Alliance had no idea that 19 were going to just walk up mid, and I don't blame them for not expecting it. But the site's now going to be theirs. You can see this now being a huge problem. Poppy Fresh though still wants to kind of continue forward. And look at these players, they've just burned their way into these very unorthodox positions. Poppy Fresh still looking to be proactive about it. Keep some space, but caught in no man's land by Jusu. And the spike's still yet to be planted. They're just taking fights around the map and not winning them.
No way. No way he gets the drop on him there. Yuri going to invest the rest. Poppy Fresh back on his feet now and brings it to a 3v3. Bladestorm available. You hear it get popped, but the neural theft in response. Way all the information here to Alliance on this retake.
Poppy Fresh, can you do it though? That's massive. Gives out the free haircut, the fade looking real fresh. Now Hype gonna find a trade back in, but playing in the back of Boathouse, you're still gonna have Exers biding the time, and the crossfire is actually pretty solid, especially from stairs. You don't get a clean fight on it. No, you do not. Contact on one, swing on the other, and 19 stabilize after what I thought was potentially a lost round then.
This is shaping up to be an interesting map here. Like I said before, they were going round for round with each other, and actually we bounced onto one apiece either way. And Alliance, down to pennies, to be honest with you. Nothing really to muster together a force even here. Maybe a couple of sheriffs. I mean, Jusu the most healthy in terms of the economy right now. Cadaver with the Empress, Lucker with the Cosmic Divide, but not really playmaker ultimates here.
Oh, Juicy. So much utility.
Don't
but
get a kill. No way!
Excuse me? I'm just staring at my screen, just like disappointed, but also in disbelief. Jusu's found some room here, man. I like watching this player play. He's unique to watch. Now, Frenzy, best gun in the game, told you. Catches Yuri for free.
Mine don't hit like that, I'm telling you.
You gotta work on it, man. You gotta just embrace the frenzy, you know what I mean? Get that CZ running in your blood. But us getting more of this is gonna come down to Cadaver. These are rifle ranges, and he's gonna make it work towards Poppy Fresh. There's another rifle.
Oh, the weapons here.
Phantom in play. This isn't pretty. Now, Don can't hit this cross. That's going to isolate Exos on the site, and Don doesn't know when he can maybe make the play to stairs to try and support. So,
enemy remaining.
they've actually got a bit of an advantage until then. Good timing from Don. Reads it well, and Exos holds his nerve. And 19 maintain composure once again. These guys are working it out now. They've carved a little bit of a lead.
Indeed, and again, we know the economy was fragile to say the least for Alliance in the previous round. Now, coming into the penultimate round, potentially on a very scrappy purchase if 19 win this and it comes down to the final round and Alliance have to buy back in or force back in. Bladestorm available now. It's obviously one we can ride out. Jisu back on that operator. See if we can get any value in the early round. I haven't seen it as prominent here. 19 have been able to kind of avoid it. I mean, completely remove that factor that was so prominent on Icebox.
Spot on. Now, generally, this actually could be a really nice read if Hype can live. Nice amount of HP left. Has to swing. Oh, just about staying out of it. Hype, you're a miracle man to avoid that. Now,
he's got the moves, man.
He does. The rotations haven't normally cut across middle. They've been deeper through spawn. So I was wondering if that Reyna was going to stick around. They've left it mostly towards Jusu now. So, moving Xers here as their linchpin, their pivot point, and going to head right back down towards B.
We're going to, again, no utility here other than the recon bolt. Come through, and it's Lucka and Cadaver to hold down the fort. Both with ultimates available. Poppy Fresh going to try and clear some space into the site right now. No pressure coming through on the side of Alliance. They're allowing this passage.
Lucka's here. Can he control the spray? Yes, he can. That's good for two. The trade's back in and more than effective. Yuri and Don. That's Lucka and Cadaver out of it. And now a 3v2, but Alliance now trailing in numbers. Playoff's a little further ahead than I expected. He wants to clear this corner, and he's actually made it this far, so he feels as though he's somewhat safe, but he knows Yuri's around. And Yuri's aim is on today. That's mad. Now Hype. How are you going to get past this? How do you find any clean 1v1s without that instantaneous trade? Not like that. Don is ready and waiting, and 19 have posted a great deal of rounds. They've recovered. They are back and looking ready to go.
And like I said, I had concerns about the economy here. A judge, two judges. Now I'm scared.
Fist gun in game. Can we have judge cam? Can we see where they're going? Nice. Let's see what Juicy's up to.
Yeah, Juicy's got the Bladestorm as well, so whether or not...
I mean, you saw what
see
Yampi
full
did?
reliance on the judge. Yeah, well, okay, there you go. Yeah.
They go A. See, I see 4 players over here. I see 2 judges. And the Cypher setup court as well. This is one of the best... I had vertigo. I had vertigo for a second watching that. That man was high as a kite, but he does get found.
They know the stack now as well.
Yep. Look at him juggling weaponry back. We love it. We love to see it. Keep that away. Keep it rolling over. He gets to play with however he wants going forward. Now, because, hey, they know that their money's going to be absolutely busted, and they'd love to get that weapon back. They didn't actually push for it because, well, they don't have much option to. But at this point, Poppy Fresh could catch so many if they decide to go for that. They've completely bamboozled them. It's a classic bamboozle. You could call it a double pump, but this is a bamboozle. It's different.
Any pumpers in chat?
Pumpers in chat. Next to the Naffers, of course. Very close by.
It comes to a 4v4 here. Paranoia going to slow things down in heaven. And Hype actually 1 HP this now. This one kills him. Ooh! I thought he was going to be inside his camera there, but... 2, and now look at this. Yeah, they're coming through. They know they have to bail him out of this situation. Again, trade 1 for 1, so it's a 3v3 now. Yuri will remove that advantage straight away. The closest player being Lucka and hyped down to 2 HP. It'll be so difficult to fight back in here.
Player stand.
Yeah, the time, it's almost out anyway. They're desperately going for it. They're going to give everything they can. And Jomba, no problemo. Now, Mel,
Switching
your analytical thoughts there were Judge OP. Yes. Any other thoughts for the first half, Mel? I'll relay it. Head empty. Haha. Great. Thank you for that. We'll,
Can't wait to get it on the desk. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
truly phenomenal. Was a
Me
content
ru-
creator once or so, I've heard. Interesting. Interesting. 4 to 8 though. She'll be our analyst, alright? We'll get the little one-liners, don't fear. Now we have to see what comes back in on this alliance. Now, look, I kind of remembered halfway through that half that if this goes to a third, we go to Breeze. And I'm so down for it that I'm not biased, but I kind of want 19 to win just so we can go to that third. Like, I'd love to see Alliance playing on Breeze. That to me is a really tantalizing prospect. So already we start to see this B lane. This is a straight up B piece. There is zero attention anywhere else. Juicy straight on in. No worries there. And this going for Alexa is going, guys, I think they're coming. Guys, they're all here. Anyone?
Oh no, the
Anyone?
recon bolt stuck to him as well.
Down there.
I mean, that's the problem here. We talk about B site being difficult for everybody's committed to site, but on the pistol round, it's fine. You want these close angles. You want to be able to trade out and play these really, really tricky crossfires. So, C19 already going to make good space on here.
Out of charge.
Lots of utility available now because of the way this was given up.
Being that quick and that kind of clean does give both sides utility to play with. And Alliance though have those close quarter angles. We already said it. And ooh, that was blink and miss it. That was a big shutdown between Fearoth and Juicy at the end. So, right back in.
I mean, it's again, they got that site on the back of what, a cloud burst and a recon bolt.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yep.
So Alliance had everything to work with there to hold on to that. And unfortunately, I mean, the way that goes, 19 have to use all of their utility to clear out all these close angles, right? Just to make sure there isn't somebody playing, you know, spoiler in terms of that retake to be one to just go 1 for 1, right? Because they've already got a man advantage. They bring them to 3. It makes it even harder for 19.
Okay, but it's not complete. So there is a frenzy in play, and you have the Omen utility and Yuri taking the space.
Almost an attempt there to just run it down B again. But gonna switch up here, and 2 players, well, one's pushed through. Poppy Fresh pushed all the way top mid, and Jomba's rotated all together now.
Hexers, man.
Oh,
Every
no.
time. It's like, guys, they're all here again.
Please,
Guys,
please, that's 5.
Anyone? I found them. They're coming up short. I've got a classic.
Spike
I heard something on Catwalk.
Steps cat, please. It's a horrible feeling, isn't it? That's really got high fuck. Oh no.
My turret
Oh,
shooting.
Lassie's falling down the wall.
Oh, yeah, that's got me.
Ooh,
That's,
yeah.
yeah.
We've all been the player. We've all had it. We've had to deal with it in the past.
That is me. It's so relatable because that is me. It's like every ranked game. It's like, oh, steps B. Everybody on your team goes to B, and you're just like, guys,
Guys.
they're back on cap. Oh,
Oh
Brilliant,
man,
brilliant.
That's made me laugh. Right, 6 to 8, good conversion, clean. That's all you want. But coming back in on the buy now, we do see, of course, rifles out and about for 19. On the other side, Spectres.
Placing sentry. Recalling my out of charges. Placing sentry.
again, everything but 50 credits on the side of Jomba invested here. So again, talk about that big round in the first half. This is very similar, and Alliance again going to stack up outside B main. But no presence shown this time around, other than the owl drone coming through now, but it's going to be a little ahead of this rotation. Still 2 players committed to B site here on the side of 19.
Oh, Juicy. This guy's so far ahead of it. Oh dear. If he gets a kill out of this, that'd be... They're not... He still wins that against Jomba! They're so confident they're just gonna win all these fights. They're literally in there like swimwear with specters.
You didn't just say that, did you?
Yes, I did.
Spike planted.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I officially look young on a broadcast now.
Shut up. How dare you? I'm going back to my coffee. You cast this. I heard Amnesty Great play-by-play. Enjoy.
19 now going to try and fight their way back in. Luck actually going to get spammed off
Here.
the double here, but Smoke going to cut off those sight lines. Again, this is where the Spectres become the advantage, honestly. Juicy going to find another kill now. Excel's going to drift out on lane. We'll trade it out, but still a couple more to find on site. Donkey going to find two, but Alliance now. Hype actually trades that one back out. He's going to close out the round. Excel's opting for the save there. Wasn't feeling the retake, even though, I'll be honest, Don Quixote found the kills necessary. And yes, damage done, but we know coming into that, was it 3 or 4 Spectres? I think it was potentially 4 Spectres.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And that's got to be a timeout just to discuss what do we do with our money, with where we're at. And we're off to the races. Poppy Fresh coming up first here, leading in well. Mel does make it through the first gate. Now, Don Quixote has posed troubles in the past, but the cake does not get in the way this time. Lovely maneuvers hit. Well, clipped it through the ankles on the reverse. Thought we'd see... No, Mel. Oh, look at the way they're kind of like shining, you know?
They are pristine cheeks, though. Let's be real.
Sorry, did you just call them pristine
I mean,
cheeks?
yesterday I had to look away from the remix call, and then I saw the Twitter clip, and I was like, damn. Actually, though?
Yeah. How's Sova looking? I'm like, Jonas is in chat. I feel like... it's... Oh. That's a little disappointing.
Well, they took away his cape as well.
they've really screwed the poor boy up. Give him some cake, dude.
So,
Well,
no real expectations here for 90, other
yeah.
than, again, chip away at this economy now. We know... We'll see, this is going to be 3 rounds unanswered, potentially 4. This is a very deep ball here, and they're set up. Everybody on the side, Poppy Fresh, that's going to find the first, a 2 for 2, and then Cadavra close things out. So man advantage now. Alliance going to charge on through.
And this is where the threat to this round, even it being a 3v2, gets interesting. I want them to be policing the weaponry, which it looks like the Reyna is, keeping control of the rifles that were lost. Because that would be a pretty decent little takeaway if they could maybe do that, but I don't think they're going to get it. And obviously retaking with pistols is unlikely. So it does seem as though the case is to try and get these rifles if they can. Cadavra's not actively watching it. I guess, how deep did they die? That's the thing. I think it was too committed. Because I think most, yeah, okay, that's one rifle. So Don's out of there. And the timing. Oh, I just
Spied him. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he might have been able to grab something. He's not going to be able to get anything. You might as well take the fight on it and then try and back away for Don. All 3 of them. Very close by. It's the rifle. No worries.
Yeah, it's looking pretty comfortable. Now the Lions building up a lot of momentum, and again, it's a similar story. Down to pretty much nothing other than Don Quixote on 2200. We got the Blade Storm available for potentially an eco round in the next. Other than that, nothing really to muster together, nothing to make a play around.
Look at Reyna. All the way back around, joining on up. We're going to have a lovely old piece towards 8. And Poppy Fresh, whether or not they're aware of the Sova, almost sells the concept more, yeah, because the Owl drone's in towards B, so they have all this attention there. That will be heard. And then noting, how did MMA's Hype didn't get punished on that? Poor old Lucka gets the kind of dead hand on that. Poppy Fresh with the leg shot as well. It's a tag and no follow-up. You can see Poppy Fresh is keen for it, man. He's got ult out. He's desperate for this one, but he gets found in the backside. And now things are looking a little worse for wear. HP is low though.
I think they know it's just one on site now. Yeah, they're gonna flush out Hype. Fear off.
Enemy remaining.
Reset all the way. No Hunter's Fury
Fear off, we
available.
got-
We're very low HP.
Jonas!
Chop Dart
Oh.
not going over.
Just gotta yell Jonas.
was,
Hope for the best.
That was
Didn't work.
a little flaccid. I'll be honest. The Shock Dart was never making it over that rooftop.
Yeah, but it was ambitious.
I respect it.
Imagine if it did.
I mean, great response there from 19 to go full force. Given the information in mid, we're able to charge on through and again, Hype, maybe if he can live another 5 seconds or so, they can get a decent crossfire up towards heaven. But good decision making there from 19, responding very, very quickly.
Some of 19's mid-round calls have been great. The ult. Jumbo gonna get a good couple of tags. I think that's 3 players now being chipped away at. Keep an eye on that Cypher in middle, because again, if there's a jump peak from Jumbo or an Aldrone, I guess that also works. They'll not check. Ooh. Okay, so Hype I think took the shocks that Aldrone kind of dipped back around. I don't think he even saw him, to be fair, but he doesn't know that. He has to play as cautiously as he can. And there's the Astral invested.
Now, do they try and plant in this corner? Created a little slice of sight. And actually, yeah, Jujutsu actually baiting it, but it comes through.
Spike down.
Nexus will find the kill. Now, Cosmic Divide actually running out. Jumper gonna swing back through. This is going terribly wrong for Alliance.
It's one of those things that it seems great in theory, but in reality it's gone very poorly. And the support can't arrive. It's already been cut off, and Hype's denied Poppy Fresh from getting over towards
30
teammates.
seconds left. Last player standing.
Davos
Nice
swinging
double
just a
face.
little ahead of what Hype can do, and hold on. Hype's found a 1v1 now. Information can be recovered. Early fight on it. And he actually loses a Jumper! All's a steal in that one. And well played in the end. I mean, 19 have got themselves to double digits. We're on 10 now.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, but the stops on the economy advantage. See Fearoth now down to 2,500. Does have the Hunter's Fury available, and they're going to be able to buy across the board elsewhere, but not going to be an awful lot left, and potentially looking at 19 esports going to 11 rounds. You got to argue with a lesser purchase.
Wait.
Sorry, I've just heard the
confirm,
reason.
please. Confirm.
I've just heard the reason. Okay.
Okay, so we've heard that Poppy Fresh has decided, well, not decided, but has spilled G Fuel or any other caffeinated beverage, bear in mind, all available. Any sponsors, give us a call. Has dropped it on the table. Maybe if you guys out there, if you do make those caffeinated beverages, right, make a no-spill cup. Grippy cup, maybe. A sippy cup. Huh? That might market it at children, don't do that. Again, sponsorships are open.
You're really treading the line right now, Lauren.
Do contact us, and we'll see what we can work out here. Hopefully, it's not like on a keyboard or a mouse pad or a mouse. If it's just on the desk, then it's fine. Jonas is disgusted. We just caught up. With
Yeah, just.
Okay, so it does seem as though it was just on the desk and not the pad or like the keyboard or anything that's like, you know, problematic, I guess. So we should be back underway nice and quick.
But like I was saying, this is potentially 11 rounds for 19 and a terrible financial position for Alliance. See what they do with this here. Presence shown actually in A main initially with the Lear from Cadaver. And Hype this time, I guess on the back of the last few rounds, you can see now 19 esports going to walk through B main, try and punish that lurker position, but everybody from Alliance heading over towards A. The trade is good. They're going to find an entry onto A side. There's 2 more players
still being
here.
proactive though. They are still having bodies on this site. Look at Exit. Jusu? Xantares, Ferrari, every peak of that. Just straight running. Destroyed him. More shock dart damage does come in. He's down to 24 HP, and I'm pretty sure the Astra copped a lot of it too. And now with Fear removed, they're getting surrounded on so many fronts. They're having to just pick an angle, watch it, and hope for the best. It's hard to be proactive in this. Lucka trying to find some sort of timing here to give him an advantage. And the res now coming in. The odds are not looking good. The smoke dissipates. Poppy's found him, and now it's all on Juice in a 1v4. None of it to be seen. Jumba's got him. And the defuse will be coming out.
That was actually massive. Again, I love the response there from 19 to walk through B main, challenge that lurk from Hype. And actually, it's the one thing that means Fearoth can't reset to do is to play his Hunter's Fury. Because by that point, I think it's Yuri gets all the way to top mid, and he's the one that comes through to flank. And it's the timing that's important, right? Fearoth's not able to even get out of A main and reset to a safe position before he's shut down. Beautifully played by 19 there. Again, I mean, I've got to say, Hype found a lot of value in that lurk, but victims of their own success, to be honest with you, because it's become such a problem that 19 actively address it in the early round.
Yeah, which I like. This is what I mean. I like some of the decision-making from 19. They seemingly quite, like, you know, good mid-round calls, some really good reads onto the opponent as to how to maybe capitalize on some of the approaches they have, and Yuri's got to be real careful, because that's going to be broken down real quick, and you can see them wanting to almost burst off the back of it, but utility instantaneously put into place.
Just now walking out, actually going to find Lucka all the way at the back of Link. Again, this is the problem. I mean, this is a really difficult round for Alliance to fight back into with the equipment they have. To say that, Cadaver actually going to even the odds up. We'll find Yuri creeping back into B main. Look at Fearoth. He's got the owl drone clear out towards A main. One player spotted on A site now. That's potentially the green light for them to push through and try and find something on B.
You can see the lean coming in. Jusu
30
rifled
seconds
up.
left.
Away we go. Be fresh watching middle. No one's coming that way, but he could have that quick flank, maybe even catching the Sova on the second cross, maybe. But at this point, doubled up at the back of sight. They've taken so much space.
There's a huge gap in 19 esports defense right now.
It's being worked over, but time. Look at what's
10
left on the
seconds
clock.
left.
It ain't much. If they deny just the spike plant, there is a chance. That's a good
Massive
shot
kill.
towards Cadaver, but the spike's still going down. And Jumba trying to play the positioning of the smoke. He gets one, but the trade comes in. The spike is now planted. But look at the scenario we're left in, a 2v2.
Got the lockdown.
Way different.
Got lockdown and Hunter's Fury
Right
available.
there. There we go. Okay, and there's the deny back and forth. Can you make the push while this is happening, though? Hype's
Beautiful.
come and done it. Exas and Poppy Fresh go down. Alliance maintain in a highly pressured situation.
That's a massive, massive round for Alliance to flip on its head. And actually, in terms of building back into this game, look at what it's done to the economy of 19. That's on the back of 3 round wins, 1 loss, and look at the money.
Yep.
For you, hermanita.
Snapped.
That is huge for Alliance. This, again, potentially now they win the next. It's 11-10. Terrible buy for 19 esports. They get right back into this and potentially tie it up.
Is that not it is? Poppy Fresh. That's a given. Cadaver just shoulder peeking. Sick trade from Fearoth, just predicting or just kind of following the player model so well as to where he expected it to be in that smoke, because it had popped. And now mid's open for the taking. There's just Yuri, I think, holding towards stairs on B, feeling very isolated. If they continue to pressure this point, that's gateway open, right? They're still being methodical. They're still being clinical about this. They don't know what we know. 3 players leaning towards the A side of things, and they go mid. Yuri is just sweating bullets right now. If he's able to survive, it would be a miracle. Missed shot from Jusu, but it does give away information to an extent. Now Yuri's still trying to keep that composure, Hypok. This is terrifying for him.
How is that? Not scared. Okay, it's blocked by something. But... Oh! Gets the leg, Jusu. Tags up Jumba down to about 30 HP now. And Yuri all the way over on B side. No possibility of that heal coming through.
30 seconds left.
How did they play this out? Yeah, Yuri was never going to get a favorable situation. There's the Hunter's Fury pop trying to catch anyone on the way towards site, but no one's falling for it. Donkey just plucks Jusu out of the air, so that's going to be him removed, but clearing back of sight. Maybe they thought there was more here than they were. They didn't have the full idea, though, as we said, we did. Is this one blind? No. Sent towards default, not towards back of sight. Mel's dinner's ready. She's getting called by mum and dad. But the retake's going to be coming in. One across Cat, two towards stairs, it looks like so far. Lucka waiting for the next step to be made, but they're buying good time here. Good information now found. Shock dart sent right back through. Chip damage, but not a lot. And now Lucka's vision gets neutered. He can't see enough, and now it's only down to one. Fearoth, good for one, good for two. The third, he could do this. He's playing the time, but he can't quite convert towards Xers.
Down to the wire. Again, having the paranoia being the one factor that turns that back in 19's favor.
Match
A
point.
brilliant retake onto B, and 19 esports
Can I get this? Thanks.
on map point here. On a center, I wouldn't have seen this
Breeze
coming
next.
with how
Breeze
Icebox
next.
went, but I'm all for it now.
Breeze next, Breeze next. Let's go. I'm absolutely down for Breeze. Like,
Here.
down for Febreze. Is that another potential sponsor for Breeze? Let us know. Work something out. At this point, 19's money. Little weird. Little weird, as we can see on Ghost and Light Armor. Let's just be. Oh.
Okay.
Just run over. That's kind of done.
That's literally brute force.
Yep.
See, again, no real space other than Alliance opting to play these close angles once again. And don't get me wrong, their sight holds on B have been very good. It looks like, actually, straight away, 19 opting for the Savior. They don't want to mess with this at all. They're trying to play the long game.
What do they have to save with? Can you just run us through the,
An operator, I think?
Okay, op and a rifle.
Yeah,
And then I guess
that-
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Yuri and Don are kind of expendable to an extent, but I mean, if they can punish and get it done out, get nice and close,
Or
it's
two.
frenzy time. That's not bad. Go on. See, told you it's broken. People need to learn.
Mine doesn't do
People
that.
need to learn.
I'm telling
It
you,
does, dude.
mine does not do that.
Mel, I just want a quick check-in with our, in the server analyst, our reporter on the scene. What's the emotions like in the server right now? Don't know. Got distracted. Your family needs you for food, right? Thank you for that great update. If you could maybe give us some updates once in a while, that'd be great. Jeez. Yuri kind of joining his buddy this time over towards that B site. Last time, that poor old Sova just got the most atrocious timing of his life. But now, 10 to 12, still 19 on map point, so still okay.
Now we're gonna, again, he's been the one to show this presence on A time and time again. Cosmic Divide comes up. Now maybe trying to rely on, I guess, the conditioning of the one other time they tried this execution. No information from 19 here. They don't know who's behind the wall, and look at it. They've slipped through. It's just one member, Poppy Fresh, gathering all this information on B site. Not going to give away a peek, though. An Alliance will get an uncontested plant.
Blocking sight.
This is big, actually. Fearoth's got the Hunter's Fury, Lauren.
He does, and I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. They're already starting to funnel through. Juice's timing could have been interesting, but it's not going to be. Hype's still going to get challenged down by 3 players coming on through. 19 want this done now, but keep in the back of your mind that ult is still around. Cadaver still just trying to buy the time as well. Poppy Fresh on the trade out, but there's still going to be a favorable fight there. And Fearoth just has to play this so well now. Timing is everything. There we go. Here's the spike. Gonna just go for this. Poppy Fresh is trying to do something, but I don't know if he can get back to it. Did he even get it halfway? It does not matter. I don't think they can pull him off this one. Wait. No.
Oh, okay.
No need. Whew.
Time
Good
to
work.
perfection.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was a
thought
little
for
worried there was a second there, but...
Yeah. Because obviously in that scenario, Don Quixote's solo, he can't tank an extra blow, but Poppy Fresh 6 through the first half. I mean, there's a chance there where potentially that's off by half a second in either direction. Alliance did what was necessary on site to run the clock down. 12-11, the scoreline now. Economy-wise, again, with that previous round, I'm concerned for 19 Esports' position here.
Oh, sorry, I got a little distracted by my name is Mel. I'm trying to go faster. I need this to end so I can eat my pasta.
Nice. That's actually, I shipped that one. Yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. It's just because it's not about us. I think we like it because it's normally just accusing us.
Yeah.
Of
It's
being
usually
lazy. So,
it's usually something to do with my internet or something to do with my microphone. One of the two.
Mel, grab a slice. Don't worry, you'll be fine. There it is. You can only feed your observers once a day, otherwise they get too aggressive. You know, they're like gremlins, especially after midnight. Anyway, 11 to 12. It ain't over yet. And the buy from 19 Esports Hypoc is is Poppy Fresh going glass cannon? Okay, kind of.
Okay. Eyes on Poppy Fresh. No utility at all. Obviously,
Just the rifle.
just the rifle, just the dash.
Okay, there was a double stack towards wine. That's been discontinued.
Well, like this. Look at the setup here. The turret's next to Dice. It's going to spot contact. Okay, Don Quixote, I guess, didn't like that, but the turret was spotting contact for that paranoia there. We were trying to go for a
Could've been
little
lovely.
set play from Wine, but I guess on the back of the owl drone wasn't feeling it.
Obscuring vision.
Which is weird because, I mean, going for something like that, knowing full well that Fearol's done it time and time again as the lurk over on A main side.
Well, we're going to see that glass cannon come into play, I think, if they keep leaning back this way. Oof. Okay. Yuri and Poppy Fresh to try and deny OT. They're getting paranoid about it. This is
30
going to
seconds
bring
left.
Nice back now. Here we go. 30-second marker, and it's go time. They're going to have to make that rush count. Already diving in. Poppy Fresh gets the dink, but no more. He's just swept aside just so easily as Yuri waiting patiently in the corner. He's going to get checked on very soon. The time limit's up. But down he goes. The Lions want to take this to OT. They want to win this. They don't want Breeze. They want this now. Jumper. Lovely pick up there.
One enemy remaining.
Yusu gets proactive from stairs though and culls down too. And Exos from just a little bit of work on Catwalk. Couldn't get away from Jusu in the end. And 12-12, we go OT.
Switching sides. Oh.
Again, just not afraid to brute force on, challenge Yuri at the entrance. And I got to say, with Poppy Fresh once again opting to play back towards spawn, there's nothing to deal with that close contact. I think over reliance on that wall, kind of garnering some control over the round, not necessarily that part of the map, but nonetheless, 19 Esports putting up a fight here on Ascent. I wouldn't have said we'll see an overtime with the way iSpots went.
No.
But
How
but here we
polarizing.
are. Look at us.
Quite surprised. Yes, money woes out of the question for now. Justice for Mel's carbonara.
Sounds like it's smacking.
Yeah, people are loving it in the background. Knives and forks just dinging around the place. For now, though, Jusu is glass cannoned out of his mind, so he's going to be just holding down B. Look at the amount of, I guess not pressure, but responsibility put on the man's shoulders. He's basically holding down B by himself at this point, and the lane's coming back this way, so I'd love to see what Jusu can do with this. Astra's not a million miles away, but I guess the utility's there maybe to help him out. How long do you commit on this? Now he's dedicated towards it there. Lovely shot. Falls away. Finds the next angle to work from. Astra leans over. Plays from... originally sticking by stairs, but kind of peeling up towards market a touch. Playing inside the smoke. And now Jusu's gone, so... on to Laka to try and find some magic here.
30 seconds left.
Denial. All this space around Switch. Now, Yuri actually still in B main. The other 3 members of 19 all the way on site. And you can see Yuri already heading over to lurk back through mid. Look at the diligence though. A trap wire in market. Going to give that away.
Found my wire.
I want to see this position from Yuri be a real problem. Doesn't need to overcommit on this either. Can just kind of dip back in, but actually sticks on the peak towards Fearoth, which now allows the rest to funnel on through. Be fresh. Is that another tag? But Jomba's found Fearoth, so at least that's one benefit. That's a 3v2 now. They need to start working quickly. The time is starting to dwindle down. The clock is being run low, and 19 are doing so well in this. Laka is still a god, but time is not on his side. And he may get the kill, but he won't get the defuse. There's nothing he could do about it. Alliance dip down here as 19 get the first on the board in OT.
Switching sides.
Again, yes, even though Yuri goes 1 for 1 in that scenario, it buys 5 seconds or so. A massive, massive round from him. As soon as he walls up in B main, they get entry to the site. He's not there. He's not holding angles. It's not dead time. It's all put to use. Really, really good stuff from Yuri there.
There. There.
Switcheroo comes in. Interesting choice. Poppy Fresh down towards Wine. The gap fill coming from Jomba is going to need to be good. You got this double stack towards A main, which has allowed this creep up short to happen. Now gets noted, but you can see now the intention, right? They're starting to sweat a little bit here. You're going to have a player stuck towards Wine that'd love to be able to help out, but now already Jomba has to fall away from this position. Poppy Fresh better win this fight. He can't quite do it. The smoke's kept him alive for now, but Jusu's gone down. Locker and Cadaver are the ones to find the kills. Now Poppy Fresh stuck on the site. He's being surrounded on all fronts, and they've broken through from every single angle. Spike going in, and there's no denying that now. As Yuri trying to work it back through the KJ. This is not looking good.
A 2v4 here. Exus, alarm bot and turret available, but only going to be able to give him some information. Nothing else, really. He hops onto Jen. Going to spot out some feet in hell, but nothing to do there. Alliance, once again, I got to say it, a brute force onto site. Jusu closing the distance on that. Aldon doesn't get the kill, but leaves Poppy Fresh on an island. And the fact that he's bought the operator there, glass cannon, no, you can even see him. The muscle memory was there. He dashes away, tries to smoke himself off to buy himself 3 seconds, and fortunately, just gets smashed. I'm looking at chat. I absolutely love what's going on right now, by the way.
My name is Mel. Me camera for caster. I'm trying to go faster so I can eat my pasta. But the next one I loved was, my name is Mel, I'm dying of hunger. My tummy sounds like a breach from thunder. Oh, we've got a side take coming in. I've got to focus up. Hype is doing well to stay alive here, doing some damage as well. Don just trying to dip towards the side, but Fearoth, huge deny, and it's a shutdown. That's nasty.
It's always nice to see Cypher get some playtime and then be able to string together a piece like that.
Absolutely.
Now, actually, flip things on its head. Alliance on the brink. Closing this out 2-0.
Watching this spot.
Chat are honestly such... Why, like... There's like a cutoff of like chat being like hilarious, and then it gets late enough and NA wakes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's that in between, and then it's like, EU sucks. It's like, oh god, here we go. But need to pay attention.
They come into full retake here on B.
Yeah,
this is a big switch up here.
And Yuri's found hype. That's... We'll take that every day of the week. He's like, sure. I mean, I did up and above. You don't know what's going on. Ooh, they're pushing CT. Jusu's in CT. You're going to have Reyna utility put towards it. There's 3 players being held kind of captive here. Do you expect it? Yeah, you do. Exa's read that like a book. Jusu's down. We're down to 3 players to hold this post point against 5.
Poppy Fresh gets the kill. That's a massive win for 19 on the way back in here. Fearoth actually going to get tagged up on a recon bolt and a 1v4 for Laka. He's been hidden. What can he find here? It's nothing. Exus Gonna sweep him off his feet. 19, strike back.
You failed. Now sleep.
So back to what I was saying about things I like about chat. It's like there's like that perfect point, and I think we're at it right now.
Switching sides.
Whoever's in here, you're great.
Overtime.
And it's like they're funny, but they're not weird. And then sometimes there's too many weird, and it over, does the fun.
I think
like there's a balance,
weird-
and it's great when you hit it.
The weird hours, I mean, my time are about 8:30. 8:30 to 10:30.
8:30. Yeah.
It's when the others appear.
The others. Very true. But right now, you guys are fantastic. So thank you for hanging out with us. I genuinely do appreciate it. It's been incredibly fun. And this is just the start of the day. We've still got a great game to follow this too. Now, 14-14.
Alarm bot out.
Looking for 16 on the board. We keep going until we find it.
Now, it's little bits of information there. The turret put and then the alarm bot. So you got to read that as potentially drifting away from B, but Exer's going to re-aggress. We'll find Cadaver. And the push through market's already happening. Poppy Fresh and Yuri have got so deep already.
I don't know how they deal with this. Jusu's position can still do a lot of damage, but I guess then it falls to the Astra behind, right? It's Jusu. Timing on this is going to be great. Still a good jump peak, but just gun out, not in time. But the win towards the site is big. That's more important almost. Allows Poppy Fresh to cross out, but the second not so lucky. Hype's caught Yuri, so there's still danger around. And Jusu!
Spike
No!
down, B.
No! How is he such a little turret here? Poppy Fresh had to handle him, but by now they've been softened and weakened and then just crumbled under Fearol's hands. And again, I thought the position coming out from
Everything.
Jusu was going to be good, but the value he found later in that as well, brilliant.
Everything looked good for 19 there. The fact they're able to get so deep into market completely uncontested as well and undetected. And it's actually, I think it was Don Quixote that swings out past logs, right? And Jomba's like a second or so like behind the pace of that round. The fact that he doesn't swing through and they can't pinch B main, Jusu gets away with absolute murder.
Poppy Fresh. This is dangerous. Don't know if you can back out from this. He's kind of defending slightly on it. Timing, did he spot him? They seem so aware. Oh no, they've lost such an integral piece. Like, and now you're going to be almost just kind of double daring them to lean into this now. And you've got the double stack towards kind of tree short area. You're going to have the Don Q actually finding two. That's still big.
Massive.
He still found enough to kind of give them a shot in this round. So this could have been over. And
Oh my word.
Schedule. They did not expect him to play that close to the timing. Pushing out, getting proactive, and Fearoth feeling just behind the curve. And again, it looks like 19 keeps surviving through this. One team kind of just puts the mark on the board, and the second barely grabs it as well. But let's see what Fearoth can do. He's got a 1v3. Spike is not to hand. And Yuri's position, it ain't TikTok worthy, but it'll probably be round worthy. There it is. Yuri's going to shut it out. We go again.
We
Switching
go
sides.
again.
Overtime.
Carbonara's in the fridge. Just having a nightmare. Microwave time, is it? I see.
Can't microwave carbonara, please. Please don't do it.
Here.
Oh,
Like all sweaty.
sweaty pasta.
Oh,
I really want to
let's-
open your mind. Like, okay,
No,
this is
don't.
a real weird thing for chat. No, it's for chat mostly. But do any of you know Kay's Kitchen on YouTube? If any of you know it, let me know. I'm gonna look. I'll wait for the delay to catch up because I need to focus now because it looks like the site is gonna come in. But if any of you know, you know. All right, backup site has been noted. That's hype now a little pressured. Now you can see the utility there to kind of thwart that early attempt, and it is still not necessarily a default, but it is still covering bases. You still have that mid being watched. You have Killjoy still towards B. There's no easy fact finding here. So 19 still covering the bases.
Okay, that's bold in overtime with no armor to be jump peeking like that. Spike actually making its way to attack a spawn now. It looks like going to stack up as 5 outside A main. Now utility trade-off. Again, trying to dig hype out of that position. I've got to say it's gone in favor of Alliance here. So The late round going to be very difficult. Going to be a
30
few
seconds left.
pivotal gunfights that have to go 19 Esports' way. That being
So
one of
it
them.
starts. Yeah. Now Cadaver forced to swing. Hype's there with him. Alliance playing the back of the site so well at this point, but a great trade back through for Exos and Yuri. So site's now available, but only 10 seconds. Any utility, any player who puts their body on the line could stop this. Res comes out, so they're back up to 3, and Lucka called upon this time. Can he do what Firolf couldn't? No. Poppy Fresh controls, and the first strike on the board for 19 Esports.
Switching sides. Match point.
It's so back. I mean, I was talking about in the first half how they were trading round for round. 19 Esports stretched their legs a little bit in the end of the first half. Alliance open up well in the second, but now we're back to... potentially another overtime. I mean, with what we've seen from Alliance's attacks, see once again if we see a readjustment, and this time around it's 3 members committed. Jomba doing the dirty work with the Odin this time around to address this B main presence.
It did hit. It's a little bit of chip damage, but hey.
Look at the
Can
readjustment
go a
though.
long way. Yeah, and it's going to force this over towards the other side of things, and Mel just desperate to find it, but she does get there in the end. Don Q waits patiently, still finds two, he keeps finding value. Over by Tree. But at this point, 19 need to stick the landing if they want to close out this map and take us to a third map, that being Breeze. But wait, look at this position playing back in. Yusu, I want to see what he can do with this. I want to see that Cypher get closer towards the site. I need to see them get involved into this one. Poppy Fresh, the timing. I thought he had it.
You gotta
I thought
win
he had
those.
the timing on it. Oh no, and Jusu gets away with his life. 21 HP, sure, he's low, but now Hype can fill that void. He's still
He's the
paranoid
big
about
man.
middle.
He's the big man in
Yuri.
this play right now.
100%. And the timing's everything. Yuri gets it, he predicts Hype's position, but the timing's wrong. He looks away. Hype gets away with it, and now it's on 1. We could keep going in this one. It is not over just yet. Jomba,
No way.
he still gets Jusu. Wait, what? Oh. Bloody hell.
The strafing
Bloody
back and forth
hell.
Odin. I'm pretty sure that was a foot shot. That was literally a foot shot with the Odin.
I just have to say as well, like, people in chat actually know about Kay's Kitchen, so this has just made my day. Like, I thought it was like some, like, we'll watch it together at some point. I'll pop it on
Okay.
later. We'll learn how to cook some meatballs. You know, it's really solid. You put some egg in there. The fried rice is the best. If any of you have watched the special fried rice, it's got that crunch to it. It's real good. I can't describe it. I just can't. So anyway, we're at 16-16. What OT is this? I can't count this high.
This is quintuple overtime.
Spike down
What
mid.
does that mean? Well, that's a pickup. So Don's already down. Elston is in the bin. And so is Poppy Fresh trying to work through market. They're being cut down in pieces as they try and step towards B now. Yuri's going to find one back, so that's going to alleviate some pressure, but there's still Jusu at the back of sight just playing this out. He's going to have support in CT pretty soon.
The owl drone. See if it checks. It does indeed. Potentially. Not going to clear out that corner now. Jisoo out on an island. No teammates to bail him out. So we're going big here. Find something. He does indeed. He's going to DX us out the smoke.
One enemy remaining. Spike
This is such a
down B.
nuisance. Problem Jumbers to switch positions. Alliance.
My word.
Switching sides. Match point.
19, you got it in you? Can you go again?
I mean, yeah. What's left in the tank now? Because this is.
Yeah. Yep.
What's the highest you've ever seen overtime go?
I've
If
passed some of them.
If this goes
So,
17-17, this is the longest overtime I've seen.
I mean, in CS, I think it was literally like, I don't know if Boaster was involved, I think he was. And who's the coach as well? Baba. Like, those two had like the longest OT that was recorded. It was something like actually obscene. But this is pretty mad. Let's see if they're gonna keep us going. I don't mind, I've got nothing else to do today. And they are, so how are these shots so close
Gonna
and
repick
actually
this.
not hitting?
Yeah, she swings back out
Heard the
behind
shot.
that.
You heard the shot, yeah. Okay. Sight hit now coming in. They do have a bit of a mid-split, so they still keep control. They're not under a mad amount of pressure yet. They don't have to do anything, but Exers does find Jusu, so... Okay, Sight now going to be contested, and 19 have the upper hand, so maybe 17-17 is on the cards. Exers playing Hype as well!
No way. No way, man. Alliance find themselves in a 3v5 now. No damage
up?
done to anybody from 19.
No, not at all.
They're off in B main though. That's a big factor here. If they can time this pinch, they're going to play it aggressively. I love this.
Oh, Cadaver, he thought about it. He could have. Let's see what they do with this down. Crossing out 2, making it through towards market. Cadaver punishes 1. That takes us down. Now time begins to become a problem. The play through main.
No
This is great.
way.
Cadaver just plucking and pulling at the strings as 19 try and make it across. Now it's a fair fight. Maybe
Cadaver!
not so fair with Cadaver. This guy
kidding
denies
me?
it all.
Attackers win.
Are you kidding me, Cadaver? He goes massive for Alliance in a 3v5, closes things out with an